Hi, it's Hollowaster, and we are back with another part of Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. We are finally leaving the Defender's Heart to start picking some of these things off of our journal. So the first thing that we're going to do actually is Woljif's quest, Stolen Moon. So we are going to leave the Defender's Heart and head out into the world and go towards the Tieflings' hideout. We're going to make sure we take Woljif with us and go on our way. So, first place we're gonna go is up here. So it'll take 1 hour. We're gonna stop up there. Oh, we failed to sneak past some enemies, so we're gonna end up in some combat.
Yet another obstacle.
I accidentally turned my volume way up high. Oh man, of course it's a dretch. Alright, let's have Woljif charge. We'll have Camellia go right up there. Able to 0. My god. I didn't even know there were 2, to be honest.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Double Stinking Cloud is the worst. Alright, Woljif, get out of there. Melia. Two rounds isn't too bad. Seela's got it for 30 seconds again. Seela always gets it for the worst. Okay, Camelia's good. Abel's not. Land's not.
The spirits demand your blood.
Stab their backs.
You won't survive me. Endure this.
Are you gonna shoot him again?
Make
No?
every strike count.
Okay. Oh, key power extra attack.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Okay, so... Oh, unarmed strike. That's right, that's right.
Cover me, alright?
When's Woljif done? 11 more seconds, dang.
You are today's sacrifice.
I'll loot your corpse.
You won't survive me.
The light. Take you.
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
Go for their hearts.
The dretch are so annoying. Like, it's
Your
just so much
death
skipping.
awaits.
Endure this.
Okay, last round for Seela, and Woljif's good
Distract them
now.
for me.
I'll cut you wide open.
Cover me.
Make every strike count.
Into the fray.
Seela, you just needed a 3, buddy.
Time to share your treasures.
There we go. Okay. So yeah, when you fail to sneak past people on the road, they'll put you in these little instances. And sometimes there's loot, then you just leave. So continuing on, we'll continue to the Tieflings' hideout. So now we've spotted enemies, but we're gonna evade them because we were given the option this time. So we are gonna go into the Tieflings' hideout. Okay. There we go. Sister what's her name? Just said it. Risme, maybe? The basement is dark and dank, and you are immediately struck by the hostility of gathered tieflings. 5 of them, all kneeling on the wall, separate from the rest. The tall woman who had been cleaning her fingernails with the tip of her knife greets you with narrowed eyes. Brother Woljif, you got my message then. Sorry I couldn't swing by sooner, dear sister Karisme. I was just one thing after another. First I was in shackles, next, well, no, I was still in shackles, and I was being watched, and then the chief got me out, and I came here straight away. I knew you'd be waiting on me. Enough talking, or else we'll be here all night. So, we had a clear plan. We were going to wait for nightfall, slip into the shop, grab the goods, and leave. Even if the neighbors called the guard, there was time to get away. But what happened? That bitch Irabeth showed up almost right away. She knew we'd be there. Someone betrayed us, and I have a good idea of who it was. What do you have to say to that? Make it quick. So we have a lot of options here. We can say, do you think Woljif knows the name of the traitor? A lawful option. The burden of proof lies on the accuser. Woljif doesn't have to prove anything. Kenabres is burning. Why are you squabbling here instead of fleeing the city? Or Woljif, tell us your side of the story. What happened? We'll say, do you think Woljif knows the name of the traitor? Karisme turns to you. She speaks. I thought Woljif only brought you so he'd have someone to hide behind if things went south. Yes, he knows the name of the traitor. Every gang that Brother Woljif has been a part of has very quickly come to an end. Their hideout location was passed to the guards, or their competitors found out where they could ambush them. Woljif is the only one who always comes out smelling of roses. If you think about it, I'm sure you'll come to the same conclusion as us. I'd have said that meant Woljif was cursed with finding friends among losers and screw-ups, but now that he's with us, that must mean the curse has been broken. That depends. He was indeed most fortunate to find himself in a party with me. On the other hand, he also ended up in a party with you. Wow. So Woljif, tell us your side of the story. What happened? What's there to tell? About a week ago, Sister Karisme got 6 of us together in this very basement. Me and those 5 over there, I mean. Woljif jerks his head towards the 5 tieflings kneeling by the wall. She rounds us up and she says we've got a score. Ancient trees and wonders. The one place nobody's ever been able to hit. That place is guarded by a golem. But now a powerful scroll that would knock out the golem just happened to come into our possession, along with a tip-off that the shop owner would be gone on a particular night. All 6 of us know a little bit of magic, and we know that that any enchanted junk will sell for a pretty penny. So we're in. The most important thing was that none of us was to be hanging around the shop ahead of the job. No casing out the place, no calling attention to ourselves from either the golem or its master. This job was top secret. That's all true so far. Go on. We did everything right. With the locks and the golems, I picked the lock. I remember it clear as day. Sister Dalna was on lookout. Brother Melrune had the scroll. Doffy, Tabby, and Varner brought the sacks. We covered the window, lit the torches. I remember scooping up rings and tossing them in a sack, and one right expensive one rolled away from me. I crawled under a table after it, and the next thing I know, Irabeth was there. Everybody scampered, but I was still under the table. Not my finest moment. I was going to wait it out, but those blockheads were dragging me out by my tail and put me in shackles. They took all my rings, about 20,000 worth, and to add insult to injury, I never even found the last one. In the end, I got busted over nothing. So they caught you, poor thing, stripped of your loot, and you didn't even manage to stash anything. Karisme is pointedly polishing her knife. Where's the Moon of the Abyss, Brother Woljif? What's the Moon of the Abyss? It was an amulet. It used to sit on a little cushion in the window of Ancient Trees and Wonders. Sterling silver, sparkled like a star, fine piece of work. On one side there was a half moon, you know, a crescent waning moon. And in the middle there was a dark crystal. It was like an eclipsing the moon. Old man fyllemen was so proud of that amulet. Used to say, I'll never sell it. It's the jewel in my collection. Woljif sighs unhappily. I used to go there to see what kinds of treasures there were in the world. There's nothing else to look at in Kenabres. People used to claim it was a powerful thing, but who's to say? If you ever stole a thing like that, you'd have the guards on you the second that you tried to fence it. Everybody knew you were always hanging around ancient trees and wonders, drooling over the Moon of the Abyss. Did you think you could swipe it in all the commotion and keep it for yourself? Did you hope we'd all be locked up and you'd get off scot-free with a fancy trinket to boot? Don't take me for a mug, Woljif. I see right through you. Why would Irabeth arrest her own informant? Took the words right out of my mouth. It doesn't make any sense. If I was the rat, I'd have kissed her on the hand and be long gone by now. You know me, sister. I'm a cautious fellow, not an idiot. Why would I go against the family? So the fish in the cellar can have a nice Woljif-sized dinner? The Moon of the Abyss is a pretty bauble, to be sure, but it's just an amulet. It isn't worth dying over. You knew Irabeth's people would protect you so that you could pin the moon going missing on them, and now you've come here with backup and you knew exactly what I was going to say to you. Only problem is, nobody's returned the amulet to Fyllemen. Are you giving Erebeth a cut? Is that it? Have you seen her? Do you think she'd take a cut of anything I offered her? She can't be bought. She's like 3 heralds of Iomedae rolled into one. He speaks the truth. You'll find some knights who'll take bribes. I'm sorry to say, but Erebeth Tierbade isn't one of them. Go on, Woljif. That's the whole story. Woljif crosses his arms, looking affronted. Some family this turned out to be. It's just the name and an end. In a real family, people take each other at their word. They don't throw around accusations. I didn't take the Moon of the Abyss. What am I going to do with it? You can't sell it to no crusaders. It's a special item. You can't wear it, it'll get nicked. It's pretty to look at, sure, but it ain't that pretty. If it's that important to you, Sister Charisme, I'll find it, and I'll drag the traitor here by his horns, just so you don't end up at the bottom of the Selin. But you know what we're gonna owe me for that? An apology. Right here, in front of everyone, you're going to apologize, loud and clear, so everybody hears it. You'll say, sorry, Woljif, you're a good guy, and I was wrong about you. Fine. You're one of my people, which is why I'm going to give you some time. If you run, Brother Woljif, the family will get you wherever you go. You'll spend the rest of your life looking over your shoulder, tossing and turning at night, fearing poison in every cup and every meal. You'll look into the eyes of every tiefling you'll meet, wondering if the family's come for you. You'll have no peace. But one day, you'll be tired of running. You'll stop to catch your breath, and that's when we'll get you. Got that? You've a way with words, Sister Charisme, a way that almost made me wet myself, but a way nonetheless. Let's go, Chief. We'll chat to that scary gal Erebeth. She knows a little. We can ask her who ratted us out. I'll let you do the talking. Okay. So, I'll say we'll find the real traitor, and I'll get my apology. Onward to Erebeth, Chief. Let's go clear my good name. Root out the traitor, but be quick about it. Time's running out. I don't want to get chewed up by demons. So, he sounds so full of shit. But we're gonna go back and talk to Erebeth again. So, another hour of travel. Fine. With Sela's stealth being so low, at this low level, we're gonna fail to sneak past enemies a lot.
Cover me, all right?
At least it's just spiders this time and not
Stab their backs.
or dretch. Like, they're almost dead already.
Spirits demand your blood.
Easy. Ugh.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Lan, how'd you miss the gigantic spider right in front of you twice?
The inheritor. Guide my
Sela.
blade.
Stab you or zap you. Why not both?
Woljif's a beast. He does so much damage. Okay.
Careful now.
Let's go ahead and quick save. After all that dialogue, we'll continue to the Defender's Heart and fail again to sneak past enemies. That's okay.
The heartbeat quickens.
Hello. Oh, back here. Okay.
Distract them from me.
16 sneak attack.
Tactical retreat.
Ooh.
No.
You won't survive me. Did you see that?
I'll
I didn't mean
loot
to
your
skip
corpse.
Amelia's turn, but it's okay. It worked out. Alright. Once more. Okay. Back to the Defender's Heart. We're going to check in with Erebeth. Okay. Loot these couple things. Ah. Oh, okay. We'll probably sell a couple things. We'll read it so that we can click it, but we won't read it. Okay, Erebeth. Okay, there's a traitor I'm trying to track down. Who is your informant among the Tieflings? Erebeth arches her brows in surprise. Kenabres is threatened by a demon horde, and you have enough spare time to help out thieves? She sighs. I don't like this, but I hope you know what you're doing. I'll tell you everything I know. I do not see my informant's face. He slipped out of a dark alley, handed me the note, and disappeared. Earbeth hesitates as if she tried to remember. He had a cloak with a hood masking his face, but the long horns, didn't fit under it. There should be a guardian golem in Ancient Trees and Wonders, the shop they tried to rob. The owner gave us the construct's code word just in case. The golem itself was destroyed, but the head seems to be intact, so you can interrogate the thing and find out what it saw. The code word is Hand of Aurori. The shop's owners must have escaped, but there's a chance you'll get lucky with the golem. Alright. So, let's pop over here. Sell a couple things real quick. Oh, I gotta learn that. Hold on. We're gonna keep those. Wait. Want that one? Okay. I also forgot I need to put that on. Fable, now she can dual wield. Then I need to put this on Lan. And then, so we've got +1 armor bonus. I don't think Lan can wear those. Woljif has +2. We can put them on. Pretty much it. I could probably sell them. Okay. Save again. Now we're gonna go to the shop that the Tieflings tried to rob, Ancient Trees and Wonders.
That's easy.
Let's also have Woljif. Oh yeah, let's copy recipe. And then we'll have Woljif take a potion. We'll have Fable take potion. Oh yeah, and then Woljif can also copy stuff to his spellbook. So we're gonna do that. Already did that one? Yeah, I did that one already. Okay. And then his spellbook. So I never end up having him use mage armor. So let's see. Grease is good, Burning Hands is good, Color Spray's good. We'll do Magic Missile. And then he can't cast spells that high yet, so when we rest, it'll reset his spells. And then I forgot, Camellia, I can pick another spell to prepare for her. So right now I'm good with the Cure Light Wounds. And we'll do Inflict Light Wounds. And then her level 2 spells, we'll do, I think, Aid. And one. We'll do Full Strength. Lan doesn't have spells, and Fable just gets spells. Like, I just know them and I can cast a certain amount a day. So now we will go to Ancient Trees and Wonders. It'll also take an hour. We made it all the way there. Lovely. Go ahead and save. Also loot this place. The polished oak shelves once showcased magic rings and amulets. Now all that's left are the grubby handprints of the robbers.
Can't hide from me.
Demonic heart. I hear someone.
Hello? Is anyone there?
Oh, it's getting a little louder.
Free at last. I thought I'd be flattened like a pancake under that rubble. Much obliged. Damn, I'm not in any pain, but my head is still foggy for some reason. What's with all the hubbub in the city? The name's Finnean. I'm a Pathfinder. If there's anything I can do to help, I will.
So, the Pathfinder Society is a globe-spanning organization based in Absalom. The membership consists primarily of Pathfinders, adventurers who travel throughout Golarion, usually inconspicuously, and explore, delve, and otherwise experience the lesser-seen parts of the world. They send journals documenting their travels back to their venture captains, who also assign them new missions and suggest new places to explore. The most exciting and illuminating of these journals are the compiled in the Pathfinder Chronicles, an ongoing series of books that collect the history and mystery of Golarion for its membership and the general public. So, you're a Pathfinder?
That's right, Finnean Dismar, Pathfinder and Crusader. I roam around the world wound wherever my tasks lead me. Scouting mostly, but this last while I've just been hanging around in Kenabres, waiting until I'm needed again. I'm bored out of my mind, but at least this shop makes for better lodging than some inn.
What I meant was, what are you?
What's that supposed to mean? I just told you. You want to know where I hail from, is that it? Well, I'm from around here, actually. We Kelets of the Star-Eye clan fled when the World Wound troubles began. But I couldn't stand by while the demons wreaked havoc, so I came back. Or did you mean to ask about my weapon of choice? My best weapon is every weapon. I'm a skilled and capable fellow, if I do say so myself. I can swing a sword and poke with a spear, but what I am best at is communing with the spirits. They call folks like me Phantom Blades.
Phantom Blade? What's that?
It's like a spiritualist, but with a twist. It means that some spirit took a liking to me at some point, and it can turn into whatever weapon I need. Handy, eh? I don't need any whetstones or enchantments. Doesn't take up space either. Although, to be fair, it's not a barrel of laughs. The spirits that bestow this kind of power don't come from happy places, and they're not exactly bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. They usually appear after great battles that leave few survivors.
Alright. How'd you end up in this shop?
I've been waiting here so long I don't even remember anymore. Just sitting and waiting for any word from the Pathfinders, but it looks like everyone has forgotten about me. The shop owner is an old friend of the Pathfinders, so I've taken up residence here.
That's great. The city is under attack by demons.
Wait, what? The last thing I saw was some thieves breaking in here. And then the guards came, everyone was running around. After that, it's a bit of a blur. Right when things got intense, they dropped the cabinet on me. I couldn't even help the owner. I was just lying under the shelves like a dimwit until you came along. If there are demons in Kenabres, we must do something about it. The city needs every blade it can get. Hey, do you mind taking me with you? I don't think I can handle this alone. And besides, the more the merrier.
Alright, I'll take you with me.
I swear you won't regret it. I can do all sorts of things. Is there anything your party is missing? A sword, a spear, a bow? Just say the word.
So now we have Finnean the talking weapon. He's down here. So we can start dialogue with him. Hail to the adventurers. You know, I've never regretted following you. Everyone seems to revolve around you, like beavers in a mill wheel. I have a lot to write in my report to the Pathfinder Society, although thinking about it, it's been a while since I've sent them any reports. So I want to talk about... let's just say that's all for now. I should get going. And then we're gonna keep looting the place, but now we've got Finnean with us.
Precisely.
The formerly well-appointed shop now looks sorry state. It has been completely ransacked. Lying in the corner next to a scorched wall are the soot-covered shards of a clay golem's head. Golem's eyes glow in the gloom. Master. Code word. Hand of Aurori. Code word correct. The golem's eyes glow brighter. Awaiting orders. Where'd you come from? Who created you? This golem was created by Garifin and Son, address 3rd building on the right, Jeweler's Alley, Nerosian, Mendev. Model G504 ENE, which stands for Experimental and Enhanced. For all inquiries, contact Mr. Gaffrian. Tell me about any suspicious people who came to the shop in the last week. The golem was silent for a moment. 56 individuals entered the shop. Human, female, old. Gnome male, old. Human, female. They'll be reading off customers till nightfall. We need to ask in a different way. Were any of the suspicious people Tieflings? The golem is silent for a while. Tieflings, 3. Tiefling male, middle-aged. Tiefling male, young. Tiefling female, young. So, describe the young male Tiefling. Medium height, short horns curling backward, medium length tail, eye color yellow, hair color black, special observations, annoyed master. Horns horn, hair, tail. That sounds like me, but it's not possible. I know what the security's like here. I didn't come near the place. I give you my word, Chief. No special observations. Subject was unremarkable. There, see? Can't have been me. Describe the middle-aged male tiefling. Tiefling male, medium height, long horns, medium length tail, eye color pale blue, skin color dark, special observations red hair. Oh, that's our trader. I bet your life on it. Charisma drilled into our heads that we wasn't to go hanging about the shop. Red hair. We've got a couple of gingers, and plenty more who get it out of a bottle. So much for special observation. Golems ain't all they cracked up to be, eh? Maybe Master knows more. Describe the female tiefling. Tiefling female. Above average height, hair, long pale, tail not observed, long horns, eye color blue, special observation, scar on nose, baldric with gold stitching. I don't know that one. New arrival, most likely. Gold stitching, eh? Wouldn't mind getting to know her a little better. Alright, where's your master? Fyllemen Rulitros? My master is hiding in place. Revealing the location of the hidden place is prohibited. Prohibited, prohibited. He likely holed himself up in the basement when the commotion started. The entrance should be around here somewhere. Where's the basement? The basement is below me. I guard the basement. Leaving my post is prohibited. Great, thanks. Okay. Ooh, good. And we got the pipe fox. So, newest to oldest. So the pipe fox is going to give us an insight on knowledge arcana and perception. So, I think let's give it to Woljif. Okay.
Ask nicely.
And it summons a pipe fox pet. Okay. Look how cute he is. Just a little guy. Hey. Select all of you, please. Thank you. Okay, so now we're going to save again. We're going to try and move the golem.
The mongrel bit.
Poor guy. Okay. Okay, so here is that guy. The elderly gnome, so portly as to be nearly spherical, is curled up in the corner basement, shrieking. Marauders, bandits, scavengers. Yeah, makes sense. We're all those things and much, much, much more. But before you report us to the authorities, remind if we have a chat. Please calm down. No one's going to rob you. The gnome peers at you. You do look better dressed than the local thieves and ragamuffins. You came here to tell me that the nightmare is over? No, it's not. You're here to steal my riches. Get back. The gnome notices Woljif, and his rounded face turns scarlet. You, Woljif, the dirty little sneak thief, you've been sniffing around my shop for years. Finally worked up the courage to rob me, did you? Get out of here. You and your pals have taken everything already, I'm sure. The gnome seems to settle slightly. My name's Fyllemen Rulitros. I was the owner of the shop, but I'm not sure I can claim to be the owner of anything now. I hope there's at least something left of it. Oh, come off it. Your shop's fine. A bit ransacked, maybe, but nothing's a bit of spit and polish can't fix. Where were you the night of the robbery? Do you think I robbed my own shop? I was here in the basement. I was told to make it look like I'd left. The watch was very keen to get their hands on those tieflings. They seemed to be multiplying all over Galarian, so of course I did everything they said, and I've been stuck in the basement ever since. The golem wouldn't move away from the door, no matter how much I yelled at it, but then when I thought it was all to the good, somebody came by after the guards and caused a ruckus upstairs, bellowing like mad, taking advantage of my absence. Tell me about the tieflings that have visited Ancient Trees and Wonders recently. Why should I tell you anything about my customers? You're not from the guard or the Eagle Watch. Chief, if he keeps digging his heels in, just say the word. I know how to loosen his tongue. So we can bluff 20 or intimidate 19, and they're both the same. She'll probably bluff, even though the intimidate's a little lower, so hopefully we get it. So bluff, I'm helping the Eagle Watch to catch the culprits. It's in your best interest to tell me everything. Ugh, we failed. Is that so? How do I know you're telling the truth? And since when is the Eagle Watch in the habit of sending strangers to do their work for them? Save. Can we save? Well, I guess I just did save. We succeeded the intimidate check at least. Alright. Just put that away. I'll tell you everything. Ask your questions if it's so important. Tell me about Woljif. His face wrinkles in distaste. Woljif Jeffdo, right? Yes, I've known him a long time, though I'd rather not know him at all. He's been skulking around my shop for years, treating the place like a free museum. He always wanted to look at the moon of the abyss. I'd chase him out, but he'd slink back in again. If he was with the gang that robbed my shop, I'd bet anything he swiped the moon. How come I'm the prime suspect? Whoever betrayed us all, that's the one who's got the moon. I want to see it return too, you get me? I don't like the idea of other people's grubby mitts on it. Tell me about the red-haired tiefling. A red-haired tiefling. I suppose, yes, there was one who came in, spent a long time looking around. He was a person of modest means, I could tell by his clothes, but he asked me to show him an Asimar-made chainmail. He certainly couldn't afford it. That's when I suspected something was off. I checked everything after he left, but nothing was missing, and that put my mind at ease. I can't remember what he looked like. I didn't get a good look at his face. All I remember is he was wrapped in a green cloak like he was freezing, but that's all I have. That's it. With that description, we'll surely sniff him out. Come on, Chief, back to your sister, Charisme, who, we go to have a good, long shifty at all my brothers to put all these clues together. Something tells me our traitor isn't gonna wriggle out of this one. Tell me about the tiefling woman. He scratches his chin. A tiefling woman. Ah, yes, I remember now. A noble lady. Unlike the certain tiefling ruffians we have around here, she purchased magical equipment for the crusade, and she promised to come back. If only all tieflings were like that, I'd be laughing all the way to the bank. Great. If that isn't enough to help you catch these thieves, then I don't know what else to tell you. Now be on your way and leave me in peace with my wreck of my shop. Okay, I am gonna rob you, though. Pick the lock.
This is my kind of work.
Okay. So, we've cleared this out. And now, we are going to go back to the Tieflings hideout. Okay. Tieflings hideout will take less than an hour to get to from there. Perfect. Save. Alright. Come in here. Charisme drums her fingers nervously on the handle of her blade. Well, are you going to tell me who the traitor is? The name of the moon and the abyss that they stole. I don't need anything else. Take a good look at the suspects. Tieflings are tense, ready to draw for their weapons. The only redheads are Melrune and Doffy. The dark-skinned tieflings are Varner, Doffy, and Melrune. Doffy, Melrune, and Tavi have straight horns, but Tavi is female. Only Varner and Melrune have green cloaks. So, we know redhead, darker skin, straight horns, and green cloaks. So Melrune is the one that's in all of these categories. So, I'm ready to give a name. Well, go on, tell her. So the traitor is Melrune. You'll pay for this. Botiel and Hepsamira will get you in the end. Lovely. Whoa. Grab him, take him away for questioning. Charisme looks weary, but her earlier tension has clearly lifted. He confessed. Someone connected to the cult of Baphomet ordered him to steal the moon of the abyss, and the best idea he could come up with was to drag us into it. He got the scroll to take out the golem, betrayed us to Erebeth so that he could swipe the amulet in the chaos. He thought we'd get nicked and he'd slink off to meet up with his customer. You've got the moon of the abyss? Let me look at it one more time. My whole life I've dreamt about holding it in my hands, if only for a second. He said when he got to the window display, the moon was gone. He's lying, of course. He had time to get the moon off to the person who ordered it. Bloody cultists. I don't really give a toss. I'm just glad we got to the bottom of this. What are you gonna do now? Clear out this place. The sooner the better. The city's dying. I don't want to die with it. The city would have died already if not for the people who stood up to defend it with weapons in their hands. So defend it. I'm not stopping you. It's your city. We've always been outsiders here. Why would we fight now? What are you going to do to the traitor? She nonchalantly picks at her nails with her knife. He'll be sent to visit his distant relatives on the farm to think about what he did. Any more questions? Yeah, can I join the family? She casts an appraising look at you. You didn't do too badly. I'll tell my superiors about you. She withdraws a ring from her pocket and hands it to you. Here, you're not our sister yet, but you've got potential, no doubt about it. Chief, you're gonna be my little sister. Of course, I'll be taking the biggest cut of everything you bring in for the first while, but that's just what older siblings do in the family. You'll get used to it. I knew you'd spell good things for me. We're gonna be swimming in gold. I have to go. Good decision. I don't plan on hanging around long either. Sister, Woljif nervously bites his lip. His cheeks are flushed and his tail is swishing through the air. You forgot something. What now? He should be happy to be alive. An apology. You promised to apologize to me loudly in front of everyone. We're alone now, but I still want to hear it. Well? Ah, that. She shrugs indifferently. So sorry, I suppose, for being wrong about you this time. Don't think that just because you didn't act like a jerk that one time that it cancels out the rest of your record. I know all about you. Till next time, Woljif. We'll try the diplomacy. That was the most pathetic apology I've ever heard. Man. She just... Oh, I rolled a 1. I just can't roll any saves. Sorry, Woljif. Tried to get you a better one. Woljif watches her go, his tail relaxing. Better than nothing. Listen, Chief, when you've got a spare minute, come see me. I want to discuss something with you, but for now, let's get out of here. I don't like sitting below ground when the building above is ready to crash down on our heads. Save. Take some of this
Always watch
stuff.
your back.
You think Kenabres would forget to lock a vault with a pile of money in it? You should be so lucky. If you want to clear the cobwebs out of them pockets of yours, you're going to have to try a little bit harder.
Might be trap, might be treasure.
Okay.
Don't mind me. Pretty good, aren't I?
Whoa. Okay. Is there anything else in there? Anybody? I feel like there's a room over there, but I don't think we can get to it. That's okay. Alright. So, that was pretty easy. Now, we are going to go back to the Defender's Heart again. Oh, perfect. All right.
Careful now.
Come back over here. Actually, here first. Go in the basement.
That's easy.
Got everything. Check in with Irabeth again. And Woljif. Because he's here now.
Psst, look, Chief. I got something to show you. Ta-da! A real beaut, isn't it?
Woljif comes closer and takes a look around quickly to make sure no one is eavesdropping. He makes a subtle gesture and an amulet on a chain appears in his hand. A silver amulet in the shape of a waning moon with a dark crystal in the middle. The moon of the abyss. He's so silly. So did you betray the Tieflings?
Oof. That cuts me deep, Chief. You and I saw who the traitor was. It's just that when we robbed the shop, I went in first and took what I wanted. Nothing wrong with that. Although, of course, I did think about hiding the moon and just taking myself off somewhere warm when all this blows over. But only because I want to see the world. Is it a crime to want to travel? Huh? Is that what counts for treachery these days?
Mm-hmm. Did you really have the amulet this whole time?
Since that night, Chief, Melround didn't even set eyes on it. While he was dealing with the golem, I sneaked past them, and that was that.
Remind me why this item was so important?
Do you really not remember it? Oh, I thought you would appreciate it. It's from the old man Fyllemen, the owner of the Ancient Trees
Fyllemen.
and Wonders shop. It's the pride of his collection. The Moon of the Abyss, an amulet with a rare crystal crafted by an unknown maker. When I think of how much this thing is worth, it makes my head spin.
Uh-huh. You've been searched by guards. How'd you manage to hide the amulet?
Thieves have their ways.
Woljif. Why didn't you give the amulet to Kenabres right away?
What? So she would slay me right away, you mean? You saw how antsy she was over Kenabres and all this. So I did it. I took the Moon of the Abyss. But I didn't go to Erebeth. And Big Sister wouldn't hear my explanations. She doesn't have the time. I even thought I'd hide the moon somewhere, and then when all the noise had died down, I'd go get it and make a run for it. I'm sick of the Tieflings. And they never appreciated me anyway.
So what'd you steal it for? You can't sell it.
Why, she asks. It's expensive. Pretty. And you know, it's my amulet, actually. Not meaning I stole it, but I mean, this is my inheritance. My grandma and I were poor. All we had was a jewelry box with the moon in it. She used to store it under the floor in the basement, and she'd take it out sometimes just to look at it. She was always nicer when she had a few drinks in her, so I could ask her things then. One time I asked where she got it from, and she said it was from a demon. You know, the demon who was my grandfather. He said the moon was to be passed down. My ma was good for nothing and nobody, so that's why Grandma decided to keep the amulet for me. She used to say it would be mine when I grew up. But she couldn't wait until I grew up. She squandered my inheritance when she became a drunk. Took it to Fyllemen's shop and pawned it. He gave her some coppers for it, and she didn't even haggle. Just grabbed them and ran back to the tavern before last orders. I've been going to Fyllemen's to look at the moon ever since I was a kid. He chased me away, but I just kept going back, so eventually he gave up. He didn't skimp on security. The place was like a fortress, so he wasn't worried about a street rat like me pinching anything. Even when I got more skilled, I couldn't get any closer to it. One day, I had no one to go with. Another day, there were only oafs who'd never stolen anything more than a church donation box. But when Kenabres had planned everything out, I realized I had a chance to get the moon and move away from here. Maybe to Garen. I hear it's warmer there. I've stayed with the family for too long.
So we can say, risking everything for some shiny trinket, you deceived the people you considered a friend, that's not how you treat your friends, atone for your crime by serving the crusade, or an evil option, which we're not going to do. So we'll just say the good one.
Family, friends. You know, some people don't believe in gods, so gods don't exist for them. And I don't believe in family. All that heartwarming talk about sticking together. Ugh. People like to say those things, but when push comes to shove, Sister Kenabres used to say that us Tieflings were one family, and you see how that turned out. And did you hear that excuse for an apology? I did the right thing, and I was right to want to run when I just planned on stealing the Moon of the Abyss. Everything turned out as it should. Whatever you think, I owe you. I'm not just a thief, I have my own business selling things. Thanks to you, I'm still in the family, and we have the black market sewn up in this city. It's a good way to sell valuables.
Making sure no one is going to take the amulet from him, Woljif hides it under his shirt and folds his arms on his chest.
So, if you need anything, a scroll or something, just say the word. I have a little portal to our people in Nerosian. You put a note there, and you get what you need. I can't get you anything big, but what they do have is all high quality. Nothing's too good for you, Chief. What's mine is yours. For a price, of course.
Right? So, Chief, I've been trying to catch your eye. You know, wanted to ask you something. What did you want to ask me about? Woljif comes closer and lowers his voice to a whisper. Chief, you and me, we're Tieflings, right? Demon spawn and all that. So tell me, why are you with them? With the Crusaders? With that Erebeth gal? We're no better than dirt to them. So we can say, if we don't stop the demons, it'll lead to a terrible disaster. I'm here by chance. I just submit to the whims of fate to see where they take me. Not the evil one. Or this one. We're going to go for the chaotic one. I get it, I'm the same, but you'd better off be letting fate take you away from here. I'd be out of here like a shot if I had the chance. So if you decide you want to get away, just wink. I know all kinds of byways and shortcuts. We'll slip away quietly. No one will even notice that we're gone. So, I want to know more about you. How much more? Whoa, are your family Tieflings too? My family, it's an interesting story actually, but I don't tell it to just anyone. My father and mother had a bakery. Their life was great, but the gods never blessed them with any children. One day, my mother went to the river to wash some clothes and saw a basket floating downstream. Inside the basket was a baby, adorable and chubby and fast asleep. It was yours truly. In my hand was a note with expensive perfume that said, "Take care of my little angel." My mother brought me home, and she and my father realized right away that I was heaven sent. They raised me on their own. When I turned 15, my mother showed me a baby blanket. It was embroidered with the coat of arms of an unknown kingdom, all in gold thread. Ever since then, I've been looking for my real parents. But it's not easy. Traveling takes money, so if you have a few gold coins, I'll pay you back as soon as I find my real family. I give you my word. That does not sound very believable, woljif. Seriously? Usually everyone just believes everything I say. People love stories like that, you know. Cute baby, a basket, a blanket. What's not to love? They look at me differently, as if I'm worth more just because the sheets I spit up on might have had a fancy coat of arms on them. He laughed bitterly. If I was really a prince, and I wouldn't be sitting around here, I can tell you that much. I'd have already gone to take what was rightfully mine, and I'd come back with an army so that I could watch the guards and merchants who pushed me all around all my life bow and scrape before me. Well, that's not going to happen. Want to hear the real story? The true story is boring. My family's human, both my father and my mother. They used to live in a village nearby. I forgot the name. When my ma had me, old man got so mad he almost killed her. Pinned her to the wall and started asking questions like why his son had horns and a tail, while Ma told him her mother, my grandma, used to fool around with a demon. When he heard this, Daddy Dearest got drunk, trashed the house, and then took off. I don't remember any of this, of course. My grandma told me. I was 3 when my mother brought me to Kenabres and left me with my grandma. She said to her, "You and your demon have ruined my life. Now you handle him." Then she left. I haven't seen her or my dad since. She did leave a blanket, though. That part was true. But my grandma burned it because it was infested with lice. It wasn't even good enough to use as a rag. You think after all that, my grandmother saw the light, felt rightly ashamed, and kissed my horns? I wish. He grins nastily, his yellow eyes flashing. People used to give her trouble for fooling around with a demon. She wasn't welcome anywhere, so she got angry. Normal kids get bedtime stories, but the only tale I got were about how my dad was worthless, my ma was a slut, and I was a demon spawn that no one cared about. She only kept me so I could help around the house and steal things she needed. That's the truth. Dang. I think tell me the real story. Yeah, that's the same thing. How'd you become a tiefling? Woljif grins happily. I used to be a tiefling and life made me a thief. Or I was already a tiefling and life made me a thief. I've been in this business since I was a kid. My grandma used to say, if you don't work, you don't eat. So she gave me an apprentice to a tiefling neighbor of ours. He was a cunning old geezer. He knew how to take a purse off of somebody's belt, how to cut open bags undetected, even do some magic. I used to climb through basement windows and open doors from inside when I was still small enough, and when I grew and stopped fitting through windows, I decided I was done with my education. I repaid my grandma for everything she'd done for me, which was absolutely nothing. Why would I feed her if she wasn't bringing in any money? You don't work, you don't eat. So I took off. I got bored of my teacher too, but when I was as much as hinted as leaving, he said that I owed him for my education. So I just nodded, and then I joined the Owlbears, the gang that ran our district, and told them that he was working their territory. I don't know what happened to him, but I stayed with the Owlbears. Their leader started giving me the cold shoulder. I did steal from him, but never that much, so I had to rat them out to the guards. Then I joined the Golden Hands, and that was a good time, rich pickings. I would have stayed with the Golden Hands, but the Northmen I promised a bigger cut, told them where the Golden Hands kept their loot. I'm no fool, so I told them. After that, I had only one option, to join the Northmen. And then when the family came, at first no one took them seriously, calling them thieflings and all that, but I felt it right away. They had power behind them, and they had more money, and I'm always on the winner's side, chief. That's why I joined the thieflings. And right on time, some thugs came from the capital and made the Northmen leave. The one who survived are in the family now too. So tell me about the Tieflings. Alright, I won't tell you everything, mind, but I can tell you a little. The Tieflings are Mendevian thieves. The gang was started in Mendev's capital by someone or other, and soon after they'd spread all over Galarian. They're also called the family. You know why? Because us Tieflings are easy to spot. Wherever we go, guards always hassle us, asking, "Are you lost or some at Hornhead?" We usually say we're visiting family, and if they say, "Oh yeah, who?" we give them a name of a local Tiefling who confirms everything, even if he's never seen you before in his life. That's why we're all brothers and sisters. There are rules. Who does what, who gets what cut. I won't say a lot, but they make it worth your while. They'll even heal you if you take an arrow. But the biggest no-no is you don't steal from the family. You don't contribute to the shared pot, you'll get the cold shoulder. You won't be treated like family no more. And then, everyone will hear that you went to visit some relatives who have a farm someplace. My best guess, the farm is some underground well beneath Kenabres where they breed graveworms. If Sister Charisme, our boss, looked the other way more often, I'd really be able to spread my wings. Stealing from someone you call a sister, that's low. Birds fly low before a storm. I'm just surviving as best I can. Woljif fixes you with a look. Imagine the situation, Chief. You're 7 years old, you come home and your grandma, your family, is lying there drunk and there's no food because she got wasted in the morning and didn't cook anything. And you know that she has a stash under the 3rd floorboard. You take this money so you don't starve to death, and then when she wakes, she beats you because you shouldn't have taken it. You should have stolen some food. You're a waste of space. That's something you can never understand, Chief. You only care about moral choices. You always know what's right and wrong. Brother, sister, grandma, mother. In real life, they're just words. What do you think of Kenabres? It used to be such a hole. The Crusaders and refugees came here, and things started looking up. Although it depends on who you ask, I suppose. Witches better steer clear of here, because Iomede's followers are ferocious. Especially Halrun Shapok, the local inquisitor. He's a tough old goat, and I didn't see it myself, but a serving girl at the tavern told me that her second cousin's son from his 3rd wife is a paladin, and she said that Halrun takes an unsheathed sword with him, even to the privy, and when he sleeps, he puts it on the pillow next to him, and when he's in his cups, he strokes the blade and whispers sweetly to it, "You are my one true friend, the one I can rely on only." Irabeth's given us a hard time too. You as much as look at some nice little bauble before you should think of taking it, before your fingers even twitch. She's coming for you, nostrils flaring and fangs glinting. Scary woman. But even she's better than Sister Charisme, our boss here in Kenabres. By our, I mean the Tiefling's boss. If you get caught by Irabeth, it's all out in the open. You go to prison or you end up as worm food. But if you step on Charisme's toes, poof, you're gone. Just like that. No one ever sees you again. All you hear is he went to the family farm, even though he's never had a family or a farm. This one's silly, because, like, we're also a Tiefling. Also, I don't know how we can tell that he has demon blood in him specifically, because Tieflings can come from all different kinds of beings. And it's in the game. But it was fine. If it was anybody else asking, I'd keep my mouth shut, but you're a Tiefling, so yeah, I feel the pull. Sometimes my mind starts buzzing with all kinds of thoughts, but it's all nonsense. I don't want to go to the abyss. I wouldn't last a second. Your shadow looks strange. What kind of magic is that? Ladies and gentlemen, roll up, roll up. No dark, no fraud, a trick without any deception. Woljif snaps his fingers and blue flame engulfs him. The shadow that was previously lying calm at his feet grows, floating in the air behind him. It's the shadow of a huge horned demon with claws. Ta-da! If it doesn't do anything, it just looks scary. I remember when I was little, an old beggar showed me and my friends how to make shadow puppets. If you put your fingers together in front of a light and make the shadow of a deer, a dog, or a dove on the wall. I tried so hard. I wanted to make the best shadow, and I did. It just happened. Funnily enough, that's the last time I had any real friends. They tried to stone me later, screaming at me, calling me a demon. Tiefling is always a demon to these wimps. Even the lowest ranking drunken gnome thinks he's better than me just because he doesn't got horns or a tail. The poorest beggar in the filthiest gutter thinks he's better than me. Most people would never show their shadow again after that, but I don't care. If stones start flying again, I'll just run. I'm used to it by now. So, looks formidable. I like it. It's a harmless illusion, but you shouldn't show it to anyone. People hate what they don't understand. I don't like it. Demon magic is nothing to be proud of, or it's not the strangest thing I've ever seen. Also do chaotic, looks formidable, I like it. He chuckles, pleased. What about the blue fire? That's my favorite part, and it doesn't burn at all. If I had coin for every time I caught a beating for my little show, I'd already be proposing to Galfrey. But still, I don't want to give up on something so beautiful. Okay, and then, yeah, we don't need to see that again. So I want to ask about something else. Are you really staying in the party or just waiting for a chance to run off? Woljif gives you a hurt look. As if I could. There are demons and dangers around every corner. The Tiefling stops short. Don't worry, Chief. I'll work off my debts honestly. I won't stab you in the back or go on the run with your money. And if you buy my wares, I won't have to leave at all. So, I do want to do that. He's got a cold iron star knife. I don't think I realized that. Got some random weapons. And then he's got some scrolls. Explosion of rot? That's horrible. We don't really have a lot of money right now. And I don't think we really have anything we can sell. We can sell these. That's pretty much it. Okay. Alright. Let's go talk to Irabeth again. Then we'll probably wrap this part up after that. So, okay. I think that's actually it. Let me check our journal. So, finished Out on Parole, and we did finish Stolen Moon. So, Woljif's quest is done. So this is Sela's quest to look for Jana. This is going to the market square. We have finding Kaylessa, visiting Chili Creek. We're not going to do these two for a while. This is just being prepared for Kenabres. Finding more people, finding the storyteller. We got to go to the library. Okay. Let's
Precisely.
go. Let's stop in here real quick so we can put some stuff in our personal chest. Here's what we're gonna do with any books that we get. And then I'm gonna put Turendulev's scales in there too. Because we don't need to be carrying them with us, and they, like our little personal chest, will continue to follow us through the game. Oh yeah, and we have to put our Tiefling's ring on. So, it gives a +2 competence bonus on trickery and skill checks, and stealth skill checks, and it's +3 for a Tiefling. So, I'm probably gonna put it on Woljif though, because his trickery is already so high. But, so next time we are going to, here, let me save.
Always watch your
So next time we're gonna head to the market square, which is where like the main part of this beginning story takes place. Are we going to the market square next? Maybe we're going to the Tower of Estrad. I have to look at the map. But definitely more combat coming in our future. So, oops, I went the wrong way. So, we need to so basically, okay, yeah, we're gonna stop here at Fallen Horse, and then we need to travel all the way down here, keep going to the Tower of Estrad. Then we're gonna go back to the Defender's Heart, and then we're gonna go to the market square. So a lot of little errands. We have to eventually come over here with Camellia to go to Horgus's house so that he'll pay us again. We also have to go to the Blackwing library to look for the storyteller, and then we should probably stop by the wine cellar as well. But that is all that we're gonna do for this part, so thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.